what next? Like let's say 5 years down the line, where would Kubota reach? Where do you want to take this brand now that you are leading the entire brand for the Indian market? And what kind of different things do you see? Because as you rightly said, when you entered the Indian market, maybe there was not space for those technology, but you created it. Maybe there is a possibility of more such innovations in the Indian market.
Right.
Why I'm asking this, sir, is specifically because we all know that 82% of our farmers are marginal, and they might have a challenge in terms of buying technology, investing that much. How do you see the farming culture, the agriculture going in next 2 decades in India?
Right. So one is, of course, now we have the younger generation of farmers. So we are actually a country of young people, and in farming sector also we have now younger farmers also coming in. So if let us say father has 4 sons. So out of 4 sons, normally everybody thinks that 4 sons means the land will be split into 4 units.
Yeah.
But actually that doesn't happen. Normally out of those 4 sons, 3 will go to the city and do some work, and probably one of the sons will stay in and probably continue to do farming. So there's not actually that fragmentation what everybody talks about is not so much happening as it is kind of theoretically said.
Okay. It's only on the papers is what you say.
Yeah, that's why. So means of course we have 85% of our farmers are marginal farmers. That data is of course there.
Okay.
But means what we are talking about day by day, probably more fragmentation is happening.
Okay.
So it's not happening at that rate at what we normally talk about.
Okay.
Because it's not that whole family is involved in farming. There is probably again there is one of the guys of the family who is doing mainly to the farming side. But of course, if somebody has a really large land, so then probably both the sons can still have a good chance to probably make a good farming thing out of it. So I think that is the thing. So I think if we really start looking at only the land size and all, probably technology may not go forward. So that's why I always say we need to provide good technologies which are cost efficient. So if you see Kubota products today, because of the Japanese technology, are also fuel efficient. So it's not that you are buying a product and then you are spending a lot of money onto it. So it also is giving a fuel efficiency, which most of the Japanese products are known for. So which means the cost of ownership after buying is less.
Okay.
So that's where we are also looking at that buying a good product. So once he buys the product, after that he has less downtime, he has less repair cost, he has less fuel cost. So which can probably help him probably in a small land also still to make a decent profit. And also I think from the government side also there are a lot of efforts being taken, like we have the FPOs, Farm Producer Organization. So there are farmers coming together. So they are coming together and then they have a chance to buy good technology products.
Okay.
And as such, Kubota, we understand this that in India we have comparatively smaller land holdings. So that's why even if you see our paddy transplanters, we have walk behind type, which is a small machine, which is probably even can be used by a small farmer. And then we have a ride-on machine, which is probably for a much bigger farmer.
Okay.
So which means products are available, whether the person has a small land holding or he has a large land holding, the product range is available.
Okay.
So like now in our 𝐒𝐬𝐬 series, we also have the comparatively bigger tractor also. We have now our 5502, which is again in the 50 HP and above segments.
Okay.
It can be used. So we are trying to give products which can suit to majority of the farmers' requirements.
Okay.
And today farmer is, as I said, younger people are coming into the farming. They want products which are comfortable to use, which have less vibration, so which have better fuel efficiency, which are more user friendly. So if you see our tractors, our 𝐒𝐬𝐬 series, we advertise as kind of no vibration.
Okay.
So it's like no vibration tractor. So it's like the vibration is so low that you may not perceive that vibration.
Okay.
So we have, as you've probably seen one of our TV ads, we put a cup of tea on the tractor, and the cup of tea doesn't fall when the tractor starts. Okay. So we wanted to bring that concept that with that same product he can use much longer. So when there is no vibration, he has a chance to use it much more number of hours, which can increase his productivity, his earning. Then we have provided synchromesh gearbox, which means on the go he can change the gear.
Okay.
Which probably we had the technology earlier, which was like you stop the tractor and change the gear.
Okay.
So today nobody is going to buy a car where you have to stop the car to change the gear.
Yeah.
So why in tractors? So tractors also should be on the go, should be able to change the gears.
Right.
So keeping that thing in view, we have seen that we give good technology, which is suitable for today's farmer and the future farmer of India. And also it can help him in earning more, improving his productivity, and he has a comfortable use of the product. So those are the kind of things. So future farmers are going to see high technology. They are going to ask for high technology products, because they are also now seeing on the internet what is available across the globe. So they want all those technologies to come, and also they are looking at technologies which are the cost of running is less. So that's we are seeing that direction, and probably our products are also aligned towards that kind of.
So those 26,000 machines, and 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, how would be the growth aspect to it?
Right. So as you know, Kubota has done major investment into India market. When I say Kubota, I mean the Kubota Corporation, our parent company.
Yeah.
So they have invested 9,400 crores in the Indian market through this share acquisition in Escorts. So as you know, Escorts is now Escorts Kubota Limited. So this is an associate company of the Kubota Group. So keeping in view the combined strength of Kubota Agricultural Machinery India and Escorts Kubota, so we are seeing that now India will be one of the biggest markets probably across the world for as a brand, because it's one of the biggest industries, and with the combined strength of both the companies, I think we have a big opportunity coming forward. And probably, as you would have seen in one of the press releases, we have the midterm business plan is to reach 24% market share by FY28. So that's the kind of thing we are looking at. So definitely, I think with this kind of a big investment in the Indian market, there will be a lot of opportunities which we can look forward to.
Okay. So if we are understanding it right, farmers will basically look for high technology, high innovative products.
Right.
They will also look at doing farming in a different kind of manner.
Right.
Why I'm asking this is because if we understand today, the farm mechanization in India, as compared to other countries, maybe Israel or Japan or even Canada, America, we are somewhere between 40-45%.
Yes.
Whereas they have reached anywhere between 65 to 90-96%. So this is how you think the contribution will happen from Kubota side to increase the farm mechanization aspect.
Right. So we see farm mechanization also happening beyond tractors. So tractors, of course, one of the products which is there, but we are also seeing there is a requirement of mechanization in most of the labor-intensive areas.
Okay.
So one labor-intensive area was harvesting, where today we have harvesters. So there was a requirement for harvesters for wetland areas, where there was not proper harvester, where we have the track-type harvester now.
Okay.
Right. So then also there is a area which is still not kind of explored fully, which is paddy transplanting. Paddy is one of the major crops across India, and still today many areas it is done manually by hand. And as we are going into the future, the cost of labor is going up, availability of farm labor is going down. So farmers are today facing an issue of getting farm labor.
Migration happening from rural geographies to cities. Yeah.
Probably you've seen many news reports where farmers in Punjab have been waiting at railway stations, waiting for the train to come with the farm labor. So that's kind of the issue. So that's why, like, Punjab was one of the market where we introduced our paddy transplanters. So we are seeing such areas of mechanization also, which goes beyond tractors. So paddy transplanters is another concept which is, I think, going to be utilized across India. Harvester is another concept which is going to be again expanding. Wherever manual harvesting is happening, is going to be mechanized soon. In tractors also, I think there is still a large scope for the implements.
Okay.
So we have good tractors now. We also need kind of more and more advanced implements because tractor is a power source. So it needs more advanced implements. So those are the areas probably where we can see the farm mechanization expanding. When that happens, probably as you mentioned, the farm mechanization ratio is going to also increase.
Okay.
Because farming has to go into all sets of areas wherever there is a requirement of the farmer. So if farmer is facing an issue in getting the labor, if he is facing an issue in getting it harvested, or if he is facing an issue in getting the spraying done, so we have to look at all those fields.
Okay.
And then only we can say it's a holistic mechanization.
Okay. But there is a little bit of misunderstanding. You think that tractor is not farm mechanization, only tractor. Unless and until you don't put a attachment or an implement to it. Because if you see today the tractor industry is around 40-50,000 crores, whereas the implement industry is around 10-15,000 crores. What is your take on that?
So I know there has a lot of times I have seen many panel discussions happening on that tractorization is happening in India, and tractorization probably is not such a. But I think tractorization or tractors is the start of mechanization always, because first you need a power source. So definitely, so tractor is not a bad thing. Tractors definitely for first step for mechanization to happen. So once tractors come, there is a power source available. There is always a chance to develop implements.
Okay.
Today we can see there is a lot of work being done on implements also. Because when you have a good power source, there is always a chance to develop the implements.
Okay.
So I think there is nothing wrong in tractors being there, because that of course is required. But first you need to prepare your land. Which tractors play a very important role.
Yeah.
So tractors have a definitely important role. But yes, there are of course implements are also available today. But there is a good chance to upgrade those implements to maybe make them more efficient, make them more matching to the products. So that's why today if you see many tractor manufacturers themselves are also providing implements. They are also marketing implements, because that helps in having a more matched products with your product.
Okay.
So I think as future goes forward, probably there's also a requirement, or I'll say I think probably the tractor organizations also need to start looking at providing kind of matching implements.
Okay.
And probably working on such things. So I think that will give a good kind of a packaged deal to the customer.
Okay.
So that also, as you rightly mentioned, is a good chance.
Okay. Since this series is Sowing Success with
Right.
Agri Stalwarts,
Right.
how do we see as a brand Kubota or the managing director of Kubota Agricultural Machinery India is Sowing Success for the brand and Sowing Success for the overall country and farmers?
Right. So the thing is, I also come from a farming background.
Okay.
So I understand the kind of requirement the farmer is having. So my thing is, we probably need to give them a total farming solution. So which can start from land preparation, going to maybe transplanting, and probably spraying, and finally harvesting. So I think so as you said, sowing success. Sowing is one part of the success.
Yeah.
But finally you have to harvest success also.
Okay.
So I look at it as a complete cycle. So I think from my side, I would like that in future we, as a brand, we provide a total farming solution to the farmers.
Okay.
Where he comes to our dealership or our organization, they should be able to get a full range of products.
Okay.
They should have to have, for whatever their need, we should be able to provide them full solution.
Right from the land preparation
to
to post-harvesting.
So all the mechanization needs.
Okay.
Of course, then there are other needs also.
Of course.
But as far as mechanization is concerned, if as a brand we can be a total solution provider, I think that will be our ultimate aim going forward.
Last question, sir. There has been a lot spoken about climate change, soil erosion.
Right.
We know what United Nations had declared, that if we don't take care of our soil now,
Right.
2050 things are going to be really, really bad for everyone.
Right.
So as brand Kubota, do you also visualize those aspects when you think of future?
Right. So as you noticed in the beginning of my interview, I mentioned you about cage wheel to
Yes.
maybe using a lightweight product. So soil is something which is very sensitive.
Okay.
So we need to be very careful how much we till the soil. If we use probably products which kind of damage the soil, so actually cage wheels are with heavy tractors are actually damaging the soil.
Yeah.
So we are very conscious of that. That's why we wanted to have products which are lightweight, which don't no need to go beyond a point while tilling the soil, and you don't kind of damage the structure of the soil. So that's where most of the Japanese products, they are comparatively lighter in weight, and they are made in such a way that with that lightweight they can still give enough power so that you can do that cultivation without damaging the overall structure of the soil.
Okay.
So that we have been very conscious. Even in rice transplanters, with very less amount of water,
Okay.
less use of water, and we are able to do transplanting.
Okay.
So which means your soil, water, all this conservation, I think that is important. So actually these technologies help in conserving the environment.
Okay.
So if you look at the brand of Kubota, it says for Earth, for Life, Kubota.
Yes. Okay.
So we are very conscious of the earth,
Okay.
so of the environment.
Okay.
So the product should also comply to the environment requirement. So that's where the technologies work at conserving soil, minimum tillage, and kind of less use of water, and save the environment also.
But the usage of heavy chemicals in terms of fertilizers, pesticides, that can also be one of the reasons where the topsoil is getting.
Yes, so we are not experts on that field. So,
Okay.
so of course there are I think experts working on those fields also, which as you mentioned is very important, because that also has to be very careful. Use of fertilizer, pesticide has to be done, because that's again important for the soil cultivation, and soils means fertility over a period of time. So definitely I think that also requires attention. Yes.
Great. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you
It was
so much.
pleasure
Thank you
meeting
so
you
much.
and understanding the insights on the tractor and farm mechanization industry.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Nice timing, sir. Thank you.